Lately, I have not been going to work on time.
If the work gets done,
The work's getting done.
and that's the amount that they decided they would pay you to achieve said work, then what's a little free time gonna harm the equation?
Don't let your boss guilt trip you. That was enough. That was good. Don't let your fucking boss do it.
I feel like sometimes you and me are like, it's like a quick draw, but like to get to the fucking soundboard, like
That's exactly what it is. I be hoping that I beat you. I do.
I know,
Because
but-
I'm like, I like mine better.
yeah, you got some good sounds on your side
On
of the
your
fucking
side.
thing, bro. You got the
Yeah.
you got the low hit the lowest one. That's the missile falling. Yeah. I just have all the dumb gimmicky ones we haven't used in fucking
I know.
11 months. What was even the context of that one? I don't remember.
Another one.
Yeah.
Classic. We
Yeah,
could,
obviously.
that'll always stay in rotation. This one,
That's just
nothing.
gone, nothing.
Oh, and we got this was for when I got
How's
a new
your
ticket.
tickets doing?
I've been good.
We can talk about them in traffic.
Oh,
We
okay.
can talk about those in traffic. All right, cool.
Cool. Welcome to the Morning Bleezy.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Ah, jinx.
This is the Morning Bleezy, a pod that we rolled up just for you.
Just for you.
And that commute to that whack ass job that you don't want to go to.
Whack ass.
That's one of your hosts, Nia.
I'm Nia. And that's Jake.
And I'm Jake.
And here we are. Welcome to the Morning Bleezy.
All right.
The Morning Bleezy.
It's Monday morning. I don't know what you did on Sunday. Hopefully it was fun.
Hopefully it was fun.
But either way, whatever you did, you're regretting not going to bed earlier somehow, but
Facts.
also not enjoying more of the weekend at the
Yeah.
same time. It's a paradox, but
You know.
either way, you on the way to work, and we got to tell them about this fucking weather, Nia.
Shout out to the weather. Okay, so the weather this week is actually lit as hell. It is thought weather. So, I didn't wear a jacket today. And I regretted it in the morning because don't forget, the morning chill is still very much alive until maybe like June or July. That was a good rhyme. But, bring a jacket. Bring a jacket. You do need a light jacket.
Layers.
Yeah, layers. That bitch in Mean Girls was right. She was like, my favorite date is April 25th because, all you gotta do is wear a light jacket. She was being very serious.
I feel like thinking ahead enough and considering the forecast and making my outfit around wearing layers for a function of like adjusting my temperature is the same brain category of pre-effort as like packing an umbrella because it's gonna rain later.
Yeah.
I walk out the door for what feels good right now. I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
mad about it when I'm coming home at 10 p.m. and the sun's gone.
Yeah. That's
But
a
I look
sacrifice.
fly as fuck at 5 p.m.
I'm going to be cold as fuck on my way home tonight. Do you see me? Do you see me? Cold. I'm be shivering. I'm be looking for my keys in my bag like an asshole. Like, where's the fucking keys? And all because I wanted to look super cute at lunchtime. And I did.
You got lunchtime at work?
I kind of had fucking lunchtime at work. I was working on like purchase orders all day. I didn't want to get into that shit.
Another one.
Oh, why did that make me sad? I don't know.
Because tomorrow you're going to show up and there's going to be...
Another one.
And oh god, it's literally gonna be there, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. Shout out to all my bitches that make purchase orders. Shout out to having the bitches that wait like all day to like wait for your shit to get approved. Bro, they be like, you'll have one group of people be like, hey, where's my shit at? Where's my fucking 5 boxes of 800 pens? And you'd be like, I don't know, bro. Somebody has to approve it. It's not me. I'm simply an assistant. I'm gonna tell, let me tell finance. I need $3,000 right now. I need it right
They
now.
need their pens.
He needs it. He needs it, bro. He's yelling at me to tell you that he needs the money. You gotta give me the money right now, right now. Like, that's what the fuck they think is going on. And I'm like, it's not what's happening. Shout out to all my administrative assistants. You're up there with the fucking nurses, and I'm leaving it there, and I'm not saying anything else. I'm not adjusting it or justifying. It's true. Administrative assistants, nurses, they right there with each other. You could fight me.
And that was the weather.
And that's the weather. That's the weather.
Traffic-wise,
Oh, yeah.
so y'all may have heard that we saw the eclipse because we don't
did.
shut up about it.
I love the eclipse.
And I got back from the eclipse and I drove around for fucking what felt like half an hour at 3 a.m, not finding a parking spot.
You did?
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
So eventually the best I found after looking for a minute was, unfortunately, in close proximity to a fire hydrant. I've been burned before on that. And I generally avoid them, but I had been looking for so long and I was so fucking tired. I barely slept the day before all that shit. I did that whole 10 hours of driving with y'all on like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to park this shit and pass the fuck out. I wanted to not be conscious. I guess that changed the logic in my head because that night I genuinely believed that if my front of my hood wasn't crossing that, like, the pillar that they have on each side of the hydrant, I thought that was the, like,
I'm
you cool
done.
here marker. I think it's that vehicles don't hit the fire hydrant.
Yeah.
But
Just mad fucked up. Don't hit it. They just put those posts there. That's smart. That's smart.
But no, you have to be further away than the protective pillar around the fire hydrant.
Do you guys have that red line or yellow line in front
Not on
of
the curb.
Really?
Yeah, and then the ticket's like you were less than 9 feet away, and it's like, I'm
How the fuck
sorry.
I'm oh,
I
you're
didn't
right.
bust out my tape measure. You know what's funny is
shoulda
we
knew.
literally did that on Do It for the Grand one time. Because we had the tape measure for
Yeah.
the other shit, and I was like, you know what? Let's find out. And I moved the car.
Good.
So anyway, it got towed.
They towed your shit?
They towed my shit.
That's crazy.
New York's finest.
They love stealing people's cars.
This was a couple weeks before they were busy terrorizing the Columbia campus, so I understand maybe they had some time
Every
on their
day.
hands. But no, yeah, and in Brooklyn, if the NYPD tows your shit, the lot is at the Navy Yard. And I knew that from another time I got towed, but it was by a private company. But at first I didn't know that.
Do we have a boo on here?
No, we should though.
We should.
Like, I figured out where the NYPD pound was and went out there just for them to be like, we don't have your car.
We don't got it.
And now, partly based on that first time, I have an AirTag in my glove box. I have a 2003 Honda Civic, but I always know where it is. And
Always.
when I got to that spot with the hydrant like 3 weeks ago and I saw that my car was gone, I needed the lights so we could film. Like, these lights were in the trunk. So I was like, I'll run to the car. And that probably saved me a few $100 in them holding it for like a few days before I realized the shit was gone. Fuck. But I opened my phone. I said, where's my car? And it was like right at the Navy Yard. I was like, I know exactly what the fuck
I
that
know.
is.
Did you
The NYPD took my car.
How much was it to get it back?
It was like $189 to free it from the pound, and
Yeah.
then there was the $115 hydrant ticket on the windshield waiting for me.
Yeah,
of course.
That's their favorite. Yeah. They just like to take it. They just love to steal. They be like, we need $180. Do you got that? Because we need it right now, right now, right now.
Shit was crazy.
New York be feeling broke as hell. Like a broke ass man.
The moral of the story is that the two things to either side of the fire hydrant are not an indicator of where it's cool to park.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Put an AirTag in your glove box and keep that tape measure on your hip so you can always check if you're 9 feet from the fucking hydrant. And that was the traffic.
That's Jake's traffic. I want to bring a small traffic up, like an actual. Oh, that was so good. I like that. I like that. Cleaned it. The I-95, parts of the I-95 in Connecticut will actually be shut down for at least a couple days because, yeah, a fucking oil tank blew up. The oil truck oil tank truck
They
blew
do that
up.
sometimes.
Yeah, just on the road. It was a big fiery explosion. I was late as hell for work today. Don't tell. Exits 13 through 15, Connecticut, Norwalk, or like Upper Westchester, Portchester. Don't do that shit. You will
I saw
get stuck.
the video of like the fucking fire.
Yeah.
And the fireball.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And it was kind of, it wasn't directly under an overpass, but there was an overpass in the vicinity.
In the very close
and
vicinity.
that's the shit that happened in Philly. Remember that? Where like a truck caught on fire on the road under 95.
Oh my God.
But it because it was directly under the bridge.
They're like
On some jet fuel steel beam shit.
Literally.
At some point the bridge failed, and so that was northbound I-95 right outside of Philly.
Yeah.
And they fixed that shit in like 2 weeks with like a temporary. It was really cool engineering. Like they packed in all this dirt.
They would have fixed that shit in a week in Japan.
And it's not even like the permanent fix.
And it's not. It's gonna be whack as fuck. But yeah.
I-95 taking beatings. 695, the bridge collapsed in Baltimore.
Yeah. 95. Keep your eye out. And that's traffic. What's next?
I don't know.
Sports?
What's going on?
It's lacrosse season. And let me tell you, when I was a youngin', I used to play lacrosse. So if you're like, this is all I got for sports, by the way. If you're
just facts about.
Yeah, if you're a
when
heavy.
I was young, I played soccer and basketball.
I did. I didn't play basketball. When I was young, I did ballet and I did tap and I did soccer and I did lacrosse.
Ballet is a sport.
It is.
It's 2024.
It fucking is. I was getting my big ass up on that stage as a fucking 5-year-old and I was like, I'm gonna do a twirl. And I have the fancy feet fucking trophy to prove it. Well, I was 8. Fancy Feet 2008.
That's what it was called?
Know. Y'all don't remember Fancy Feet? No, you're not from here.
But this is a children's
it's like a
event
children's
called Fancy Feet.
Event?
Did Dan Schneider put this on?
First of all, don't you ever sully Fancy Feet with that fucking weirdo. Fancy Feet was
Why is it called that?
It was like a chain-ish dance studio in New York where you send your child to go like after school and you teach them ballet or tap or hip hop, and if they're good then they stay and then you send them off to some fucking dance school. But after I was fucking 10 years old, they was like, all right bitch, go play soccer or something because you're not doing this ballet shit.
I like the idea of all the children's leagues like making trades with each other.
Yeah.
Like they're like, listen, I'll take those 2 kids.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Who I know got the footwork down.
Yeah.
But we gonna send her over to soccer because she's not making it.
She's not making it, bro. I remember. Because I loved ballet because I thought it was so fun to do. But I was just stomping my little ass off. So they were like, you should do tap. Try tap, baby girl.
The point of that one is that it makes noise when your shit hits the ground.
Literally. And I was like, okay.
There's something for everybody.
So
are you pro or against tap dancing?
I love tap dancing.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's nice.
So what'd you think of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
If I could still step and tap, I would do it. Absolutely love it. Shout out Kendrick, Team Kendrick. I'm like a DJ with that shit. I really am. I'm not even gonna lie.
We gotta. Now that we've had this conversation about it on the podcast, we have really just had the same sounds for a year.
We have.
If y'all got some sounds,
come up with some
send us some sounds.
And send them to us. What do you want to hear on the pod? What do you guys want to hear on the pod?
And that's the thing. Sound-wise, question-wise, ask us questions.
Ask us questions. We want to hear from you.
Actually.
We literally do.
My friend Jake from college said that we should mention on the podcast that Boeing killed another guy.
Oh.
Because we talked about it a couple weeks ago when Boeing killed the first guy, which...
He did.
That's significant. And then now another whistleblower. Like, okay, so they killed the one whistleblower who was going to pin him to some shit in court. And then there was another whistleblower from a different part of Boeing that was going to pin him to some shit in court. And he died of a fast spreading viral infection this week.
R.I.P. him.
Because whatever it costs them to kill these dudes is cheaper than what would happen if they actually got held responsible for cutting corners or
on the plane,
reusing old parts on new planes, or fucking with people's hours and their pay.
It's no oxygen off the, like when the plane, like it just drops and there's just nothing there. All the hatches open. It's just
and it's like,
you ever watch The Boys?
Yeah.
It's like that's essentially what Boeing is like.
When he just cut the
whole shit
and then dipped.
And he was
that
like,
is
are we
Boeing.
gonna save him?
They're like, we told you you'd get in the air.
Yeah.
We didn't say nothing about it. I think there's gonna be like a horrifying airline tragedy this year or next year that will actually make things happen, because the only way that we address things anymore is when like 50 people die and it's too public to sweep under the rug, and now we're gonna see about Boeing. But it's like, bitch, whenever that happens, not only did we see through Boeing's nonsense, we also saw that they killed these two guys.
But that's also that, I love that that's fucking sports.
Yeah. Well, I was off of a sidebar of listener questions. Thank you, Jake, for the listener question.
Shout out to Jake.
Keep asking us shit. Send us some sounds for our board. Clearly, we're getting a little bored of this board. And
I love my sound.
Buy some of our merch, bitch.
Bro, where's
themorningbleezy.com.
There was a fire in the building that I worked in Yonkers, and they were like, everybody gotta get the fuck out. And this one guy was like, damn, that's crazy. And then he pulled out a cigarette, and then he was like going through his bag, bro. He was looking through his bag for
Has this ever happened to you?
8 minutes. Has that ever happened to you? You're trying to smoke, and now you gotta pat yourself down. You looking through your fucking bag, and you look crazy on the street corner with a joint and or cigarette hanging out of your mouth, and you just look insane.
Doing TSA on yourself while not inhaling anything from the shit hanging out your mouth.
Invest in a Morning Bleezy lighter wherever you can find it. The Morning Bleezy. Lighten your bleed since 2023.
Oh!
Exactly.
I was going to get into how you have to be in the New York area to buy and pick up the lighter, and we can't ship them, but we got to end it on that rhyme. Y'all figure it out. Buy a shirt. We'll ship it to you.
Here's the news.
The Broods are back.
They're coming.
Specifically, 2 different broods of cicadas. Cicadas.
Cicadas in the building.
Why are they called broods? I love brood language. It's like, why is a group of fish called a school? Because it is that way.
Yes.
And why is this round of cicadas and the year they went down and the year they're coming back up and we refer to them as a brood? I'm sure there's a logical story there and I don't know it, but it's just, what a word. Okay, anyway.
I feel like it definitely has to do with the feeling of a word, a school of fish, because fish aren't necessarily super dangerous to you, and it does kind of look like a class of kids, like how they just kind of walk around together.
Wow.
When it comes to broods, like a brood, they've copulated and made fucking multiples of themselves, and it's very grimy and grubby, and it's very dirty, and so, you know, the sound of it, I feel like it matches, and humans are very attached to the way things sound. So, you know, linguistics, or whatever the fuck that is, whatever that counts as.
Speak much?
I do. We have a podcast.
I love how much not to keep not getting into the subject, but I love how much shit someone out there is keeping track of.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on, and there's planes falling out the sky, and there's roads to fix, and there's telecom infrastructure, but there's also a guy out there who's like,
these bugs about to hatch.
It's the 2007 and the 2011 ones this year, guys. Both of them are coming out, and we're like, thank you, bro. Thank you for doing your one job. You are the cicada man.
I love the cicada watchman. I'm so scared. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm very scared. It's gonna be so many bugs. Lantern flies and cicadas. And since there's gonna be so many lantern flies and cicadas, there's gonna be, bro, the birds are gonna be fat as fuck. They're going to eat, which means that they're going to shit, which means there's going to be tons of bird shit on everybody's car.
And now all the birds got bird flu.
Oh my gosh.
Really makes you think.
Hell.
I don't give a shit about cicadas. I'm neutral on them.
They're really loud.
I know they're really loud, but that's exactly what I was going to bring up, is that it sounds like summer.
It does.
Right?
Shout out. Okay, yes, that's very true. And I know that, like
it's like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And like you're outside and like you're wearing a t-shirt and shorts and it's like comfortable. And they're just making like a little background noise, and it's like, I live on Earth, bitch.
But this is gonna be the double cicada. So what is that gonna be like? And do they just die after a year?
I don't understand anything about them.
So like,
I don't know if these are the same ones from 2007 or like this is their kids.
No, this is their kids.
Oh fuck.
What are we talking about? The beef. It's a rat beef. I miss the light skin versus dark skin beefs. It used to be really fun. Like, I didn't necessarily partake in it, but you know, I liked looking at it. It was very funny. You guys had very funny things to say about one another. I mean, I'm not gonna speak on mixed people's blackness. But I did hear him say that hard R that one time. And I was like, ugh.
Does anything change because just Kendrick brought it up?
No, I've always felt like that about Aubrey. I just never, you know. I mean, what was the point? After he said, like, say you a lesbian girl, me too, I was like, I'm kind of done. I'm done.
That's why
over it.
When we see him standing with Sexy Red, we know that he sees two bad bitches.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, you know, like he's not doing good at what he does. But I'm also like, you know, baby girl, you're not the most poetic of them all. You know? You give us a little bop every now and again. And, you know, it's pretty often, actually. But
I like some of the Drake songs.
So they're beefing. And what was this? Do you know what this is about? I feel like you know. Do you know?
So 2013, on the Control verse, Kendrick name dropped all these people, and they were all people that he might have seen as peers, you know, his like his classmates in the
and
industry
he was like,
at that
I'm
moment.
it up.
He just said we all got to be better, and he was trying to take the crown. He claimed New York too in that song.
So he was just being cocky.
Drake, out of everyone that he called out, like didn't really understand the verse, and like he was like the only one to be like super sensitive about it. And then ever since then, Kendrick hasn't fucked with him, and they've been like sneak dissing on tracks, features for years, and it's never boiled over until now. First person shooter is with J. Cole and Drake, and they're talking about they're the big three, and that meaning the two of them and Kendrick. Apparently Drake wanted to get Kendrick on that song as well, and it would have been like the three of them putting out one thing together, and Kendrick didn't do it. And I think now we see that it's because he knows he's above that and he hates Drake. But I
hate you.
Hate you. And then he came on the Future Metro album on an unannounced feature on Like That. They were like, us and Kendrick, you know?
And us and Kendrick are so cool. And I feel like, damn, I feel like J. Cole was the one that was like, bro, we have to stop beefing, bro.
Because the Like That addressed both of them, but it was clearly probably more Kendrick trying to get shit going with Drake.
Yeah.
But J. Cole responded first.
What did he even say?
He put out a song, 7 Minute Drill, and it was the biggest claim he made was that like Kendrick's music puts him to sleep. Like you're like To Pimp a Butterfly is boring.
That's just a lie. Imagine lying to just getting on the track and lying. That's yeah.
And that, when I say I lost faith in humanity, that's what I mean.
awful.
Because before these people are defending Drake shit later in the beef, they were the same ones earlier just because they had to be against Kendrick because they were for Drake, saying, yeah, he's right. To Pimp a Butterfly is a boring album.
It's so whack. It's so whack, right, everybody? To Pimp a Butterfly. Are you fucking crazy? Are you insane? Complexion don't
We're saying
mean
that
a
Drake
thing.
could make To Pimp a Butterfly. Drake couldn't make Good Kid, Mad City.
Bro, Martin had a dream. You backseat freestyle? Do you think that nigga could go make backseat freestyle? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yes, it's an amazing song.
Drake songs are on Drake albums
Yeah.
as individual units. Like, some of them are really good, and that's a great Drake song, but like they're not doing anything over a whole album like what Kendrick does. Like, Backseat Freestyle is a very like braggadocious, dick swinging, like young and hungry verse, but he contextualizes it in the story of like him getting pulled into the back of the van, and now they driving around doing bullshit, and he's like, I got a pack of blunts and a beat CD.
I got a pack of blunts.
Get your freestyles ready. And then like that song happens and it's like a radio hit, but it's like that's not even what he's trying to say on the album. There's none of that shit happening on a Drake album, bro.
Absolutely not.
And, you know, Kendrick said, I got classics, you don't have none, or whatever. And I think Drake probably has a classic or two, but for a very different reason and like a different merit. Like,
everybody's just saying shit about each other.
And everyone has their side, and no one. It's like, why are they beefing if like no one's gonna change their opinion? No.
I mean, no, because it's fun to beef. He hates that nigga. I hate you, nigga. I just don't like you. Fuck you, and I never did. and that's, you have your right to do that. You can just not everybody in the world is gonna like you, and you don't have to like everybody in the world. And them two are just people that don't fuck with each other. And if they could argue, they're gonna do it. Which I'm like, more people should do that. It should be on site. Why is it that you motherfuckers is no longer on site? Everybody's talking wild shit. Nobody's just like, I'm pulling up. Bro, the only person that I've ever seen that did that was Cardi. Cardi has pulled up and has been like, I'm outside. Where are you at? I'm outside. And they will literally not come. She'll be like, okay, well, I'm leaving now. I'm here. Realest bitch. Shout out Cardi B. Pull up. And you don't know.
And that's like Drake fans talking about, oh, well, you know, we didn't hear shit from Kendrick for 5 years. Okay, he didn't want to put music out for 5 years.
We haven't heard
Whenever
shit from
he
Rihanna.
drops, everyone freaks the fuck out and hyper analyzes it because it feels so rare that he opens his fucking mouth. And we all want to hear what he has to say. Drake
would love to see it.
Is on top, but he's on top in a very internet way where he just did it by being in your face all the fucking time until you just accepted that he's Drake.
And when I listen to Drake's music, I respect him as an artist, but I also feel like I don't feel the need to like listen to the music and like try to understand it. Everything will just go over my head, and I don't really care. I'm just here to like shake my ass. That's it. That's really it. And I'm like, I don't know but don't be like, I'm so profound, and how can you not think of me as like this poet? And you're not even that good. Like, let's not lie. Let's not lie and say that he's not like a good, like Kendrick is not a fantastic and amazing poet and an amazing rapper. Let's not pretend, and let's not like say that your guys like your rhymes are on the same level.
Drake's an actor.
Drake is an actor. He started out as an actor, and then he became one of the most popular rappers.
But what if Drake was his greatest role?
Drake. It is.
That's a stolen tweet.
Y'all think he's... A lot of people grew up watching Drake on Degrassi. That's how I knew him, as fucking Wheelchair Jimmy. And then they said that he started rapping. And then he's talking about bitches, and the girls like him, and they're like, oh my God, Drake is so sensitive. And you know, like, I just love him. And he's like, and I love stripper bitches, and I don't know what to do about it. Trying to make it out of Canada. And it's like, it was catchy, and everybody was like, I love it so much.
there was a whole wave he had to endure of like Drake memes, like earlier Drake memes.
Yeah.
Drake the
you
type.
think that shaped him? He was like, I don't care about
No, I think he just doubled down on being himself.
He did.
Which, shout out, because now he's like, I feel like he's in a space that exists above that, but you'll still see some like Drake the type to go to sleep and say,
Yes.
it just feels like that's a joke from the past.
Such a long time ago.
Like now Drake is inevitable.
Yeah.
Even though it took Drake like 2 or 3 weeks to reply to the Like That verse. He immediately was online about how Kendrick's not replying. Clearly just at home tweaking over whatever Kendrick was going to say back. But Drake was really trying to, after that point, bait him into replying, because then he dropped the other reply where he used the AI Tupac and Snoop Dogg voices, which has since been taken off the internet because Tupac's estate had something to say about that. Yeah. Tailor-made freestyle. Drake dropped Push-Ups and Tailor-Made Freestyle before Kendrick came back with Euphoria this week. And the second one, he was rapping, and then he was rapping as Tupac and rapping as Snoop Dogg, and like, you know, Kendrick's idols talking in his head type of psychological warfare shit. And of course the Drake fans eat that shit up. So it's got taken down because Tupac's family came after him.
AI's bad, okay?
But that's my beef, is the AI of it, because you're Drake. I get it's like a funny move and he's trying to put his personality into this beef, and that's cool, like doing that shit with Kendrick's idols or whatever, but you're fucking Drake, and you got to understand that since you're Drake, whatever you do in your actions goes for the industry. And so if you want to, on a whim for a fucking beef, infuse AI fuckery into it, that's a green light for every motherfucker on SoundCloud who wants to be Drake. And we gotta stop this slippery slope on the AI shit, bro. So I think that was fucking irresponsible, and I'm glad it got taken down.
Yeah.
What you got to say?
I just think that it's ugly, and I don't think it's very creative. Why rap as another person using AI? I'm gonna put on the Tupac voice. I'm gonna rap as Tupac. Did he sound like Tupac? Was his cadence like Tupac?
No, it was like Drake flows coming out of Tupac's mouth.
Tupac's voice.
Yeah.
And
like
Drake's
Drake
lyrics.
recorded it, and then they put it through AIs. They make this shit sound like Tupac.
That's hold up. That's fucking awful. That's the worst thing that I've ever fucking heard in my life. That's like, leave the dead people alone. Leave Tupac alone. Leave Tupac alone. Like, please. You know what? I don't even want to talk about these niggas anymore. Like, they're making me mad.
Drake makes music that's designed for TikTok sound.
Yeah, I feel like a TikTok sound and just like mindless listening. Like something that has a catchy hook that you can just repeat over and over, and you can play it in a club, and you can play it on air. It's easily bleepable, you know. It's something cute for the kids.
Right.
It's something sweet for the fucking kids. That's
they're gonna love when they hear it.
Yeah.
Start jumping up and down.
But then
sharing candy and stuff.
And you know, and Kendrick's not even that good. And you want to hear Tupac and Snoop diss you, and you put your shit through a fucking voice shit, and you talking, and I'm Tupac, and I don't like Kendrick, and your raps are whack, and I know that you like me, but I think you suck. It's not Drake, it's Tupac. And then you fucking release it and it gets fucking taken down. You look very silly right now, Aubrey, and I really just wish that you would stop. I wish you would stop, and I wish you would
he's gonna drop. He's not gonna
take
stop.
it on the chin. Give me
I
the
just
light.
hope everyone has fun.
Yeah. I'm having fun regardless. You're probably at work. I'm definitely at work. That's where I am right now.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks you.
Wherever you get your podcast. My camera just died, but since we're at the end, just take us out, Nia.
Goodbye. We'll see you guys later. I'm Nia. That's Jake. Follow us on the Morning Bleezy at like on Instagram and Twitter, and you can like listen to everything wherever you get your podcasts. And hit the bleed in the bathroom. Spend 20 minutes in the bathroom after you clock in. It's your right. It's your right as a member of the working class.